Hello and welcome back to the first episode of the Mid-Am podcast in the year of our Lord 2025. New year, new intro song.
New us.
Let us know what you guys think. We both dig it, but let us know. What do you think of the new intro song? Before we jump into this first episode of the new year, first of all, Happy New Year to everyone who is stuck with us this long. We're very excited about what 2025 has to bring for the Mid-Am podcast, and so we want to reiterate how thankful we are that you are hanging out with us. And before we jump into topic du jour, which is us setting some goals, I'd like to thank the sponsor of the Mid-Am podcast, the fine folks at Adele.
Hello.
Adele, they make some pretty incredible irons. I've been putting some work in at the indoor facility, and I'm hitting the ball real good. But I'm making some changes as it relates to path and swing direction. And wouldn't you know it, I need to start tinkering with those weights again because, I'm overcooking some draws where that's just never, ever been my problem. And I had everything in kind of like the toe, the toe draw bias it's
the other way around.
Heel,
technically.
So I have the heel. I have my weights in the heels, especially in the short irons for like the draw bias. And I'm just like really, it's not so much of a problem with the longer irons, but with the shorter irons and the wedges, especially, it's like I'm overcooking stuff. So, all positive changes, but it is just a testimony to, or testament rather, to like the way you can dial in the strike with the movable weight tech in their irons and their wedges. So just like, again, really, really great clubs, highly underrated, highly undervalued, I think, in the market. We're seeing all the manufacturers coming out with their 2025 lineup, and Adele continues to just chug right along with just some real sleepers, real dark horses. So be sure to check them out. You can find out more info on their irons, their wedges, and their putters at adelgolf.com. That's EDELGOLF.com. Thank you again, Adele.
Hello.
Okay, man.
There it is.
First of all, how was Christmas? How was New Year? Give me a lowdown.
Good. Low key for me, around our house. Not a whole lot done aside from, kind of the normal stuff. Eat food, give gifts, open gifts, hang out.
Last Christmas was a little hectic for you guys, so I'm sure
it was very different.
Not repeat that.
Very different. This year, so because of that, when my daughter was born, we didn't do any like the normal Christmassy stuff. So this year we tried to like go see the zoo lights and just get any kind of
light at Peacock Lane,
any kind of Christmas lights we could get to, we went to. So yeah, man. What about you?
Yeah, we didn't do a whole lot. Just kind of stuck around with the fam. I didn't make it to 10 p.m. I think New Year's Eve. We made it to East Coast New Year's, but
there you go.
My wife being from New England, I think that was good enough. I just didn't do a whole heck of a lot, which was nice. I think like just when I was like kind of looking ahead, and I started thinking about this kind of stuff, like, hey, what are going to be my priorities for 2025? And like, I've kind of stacked I got a lot of irons in the fire right now. And I'm like, God, I'm already tired thinking about it. I'm excited. I've got like just a lot of cool stuff in the works that I think is going to be fun. But it's just like, man, I'm getting to the point where I'm having to like time block by the quarter of an hour, and
Ew.
when you're at that point, it's like, okay,
Oh, all right.
we can get a little, so I think it was any opportunity to just like not do anything was welcome and is going to be welcome. So
Yeah.
didn't do a
Oh,
whole lot.
I do have a couple of points of note. I did manage to get out to Bandon Dunes for a
That's
couple of
right.
days in between
That's
Christmas and New Year's.
sure did.
Just a little jaunt. Um, it was fun. Nothing really to write home about. I mean, played golf. It was
Brainy.
great. It was fun. No, we didn't get rained on at all.
Really?
It
God,
was unreal.
you guys.
Both days we played in the morning and then like stepped off 18 green and it starts raining. It was perfect. Uh,
Can't hate that.
so no, it was fantastic. I played some good, some bad. I mean, I hadn't hardly done anything for like 3 weeks. So,
Yeah, and Bandon's
you know,
not really the
and
place you go to try to figure out where your game's at. It's more of just
yeah,
be
no.
there type
Yeah.
situation.
And then also we managed to sneak in one more goal from last year to have checked off by the end of the year because on December 20th, I don't know if you recall, I'm sure you do.
Oh,
Yeah, we met our fundraising goal for the
that's right.
year.
Okay. All right.
Yeah,
I'm on the same page.
yeah. So I don't think we
$1,000.
hadn't talked about that at all on here. So I just
That's
wanted
right.
to, as it pertains to 2024
Thanks to
goals,
thanks to
check another one
Nathan's
off.
thanks to Nathan's fine leather work.
Yes.
Shout out Thistle Leather Goods
Yeah.
and our homie. Oops, sorry about that. It's time for my dog's pill.
Oh, good.
Um, and
I
our
think
homie
yeah,
Brendan, was it Brendan
Brendan Hughes, I
Hughes? Yeah,
believe. Yeah. Anyway, I think we talked about the auction was going, but it officially finished
and he paid.
and he paid and we met that goal. So checked one off with 11 days to spare, and that was
Freaking
great.
crushed it, dude.
Yeah, man.
And then I think you know what else is uh, right after that episode, I came dangerously close to breaking par.
Oh yeah, you did. It was so close.
Right after that episode, we recorded that on like the 15th, and then I think we went
Uh-huh.
and played on the
And then we went,
20th
yeah,
on that Friday, and so
yeah.
I made birdie on 16, like an 18-foot birdie putt,
Yep.
go into 17, kind of fan it out right, and then just skull the chip and make bogey. And I
It
go up to Nathan, I
was
was like, dude,
even.
just to let you know, like I was nervous. And he goes, oh, I know what your score is. I just didn't know if you knew. I'm like, oh, I knew. And I'm shaking. So, it's a situation where you come to 18, and, birdie and you shoot under par. And the last two times I've played 18, I've made birdie at Tristing
Yeah,
Tree. Like
yeah.
I've stuffed it to like 6 feet and 2 feet. So like a lot of good memories. So it was like, okay.
Mhm.
And my birdie putt might have been the worst red putt of all time. I think I missed it 8 feet right and about 4 feet long, but I made like the 12-foot comebacker for par.
Yeah, it was
To
wild.
shoot 71, which is my lowest 18-hole score, par 71 out there at Tristing.
Yep.
So hey, can't hate that.
Cannot.
So,
Nope.
but almost checked off, almost checked off 2 goals there in 5 days. That would have been cool.
That would've been fantastic.
Actually, I guess that would have been the same day. Those would have happened on the same
Yeah,
day.
the same day because the auction closed December 20th. Yep.
That's so funny.
Yep.
Okay. Anyway, that's enough of 2024, dude. That's
We're done.
so last year. We're talking about 2025.
Mhm.
2025 goals. Yeah. I mean, if you want, I can get started. I kind
Go
of
for it.
took a little bit of a meandering approach to this. So stick with me. If you have any questions, raise your hand. So I kind of broke it out into like year-long goals.
Yep.
So like overarching, hey, here are the things I want to hit. And then like personal and golf. And then like quarterly goals. So like
Uh-huh.
in the first 90 days of 2025, what I'd like to do. And a lot of those are just like related back to my total goals, just breaking up those big goals into smaller chunks. And those are all
Sure.
mostly personal, really nothing golf related
Sure.
there. And then a couple like something DJ Pie from our competitors at No Laying Up did. He's doing are these like
Who?
monthly.
I don't know who. I
No,
don't know who
yeah, I
that
don't.
is. Yeah.
He probably doesn't know. He goes to a different school.
Yeah.
he's doing like these monthly sprints. So it's like, hey, in January, no sweets in January.
Mm.
They're doing like a Whoop thing
Oh,
sponsored
okay. Sure.
in February, and then he's doing like no fast food or something, no fried food, whatever. Doesn't really matter. And I was like, oh, that's kind of fun. So it's like, just try out these things. So I've got some of those planned for the next few months, and then I've got like these points of emphasis. Like I don't really know how to put them into goals or whatever, but it's more like, hey, here's some things that I'd really like to try to focus on. I don't know how I'm going to do it, but I'll figure that out later. And that's kind of how I broke it down. So
Cool.
I guess I'll start at the top with the year-long goals, big ones. Personally, I have, some like financial goals that I won't, share, but I think everyone has financial goals. Um, as it pertains to like physical fitness, my health, like I'd like to get down to 185 pounds, which is
Mm.
kind of a like I've been hovering, I've been chilling at 210
Mhm.
for like the last couple of months or whatever, few months since October. And that was kind of my goal, just like, hey, that's what I got down to.
Sure.
Let's just hang out there through the holidays because like I want to eat cookies and shit. Um, and I'm not moving around as much. I'm not walking around as much. Um, so yeah, I'd like to so that'd be 25 pounds in a year.
Hmm.
That might be ambitious. That might be a little ambitious, but I'm gonna put it out there, see what happens.
Sure.
Um, and then this is the big one. I want to read at least 10 pages a day. Last year I had like, oh, I want to do this many books, and don't think I can do it that way. I
Mm.
need to just like say, hey, every day I'm going to read 10 pages. And what I found on day, what are we on the second? I'm day 2 of this. I found that like, I, I, I have found that I
This
read,
case study of
yeah,
1.5
just
days.
data points. I found that I read 20 plus pages. I
Yeah.
hit the 10 and it's like, well, I've been reading for like, feels like 5 minutes. Like,
Okay.
I'm not a fast reader, but yeah, I read like 20 pages. So I'm like, oh, okay, like I think there'll be some days where it's like all I want to do is read 10 and just get it done. But I think other days will be like, oh, I might bang out 50 pages. Who can say? So, and then we'll just see how many books that leads to.
Yeah.
And then Q1 goals are, it's just like, hey, I'd like to maybe in the first 90 days, maybe I can get down to 200 pounds. Maybe I can lose 10 pounds in like the first 90 days. And then kind of smaller chunks of my financial goals. But for Q1, I want to try this. I don't know if I'm going to like it, but every day it's called morning pages. It's like a journaling technique
Uh-huh.
where you just get up, you write you just write 3 pages of notes in like a little A5 like journal style,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
nothing crazy big, not 8.5 by 11 or whatever. But it's like, just write. Doesn't matter. Just whatever's in your head, just write 3 pages
Yeah.
every single day. Just start your day like that. So I'm going to do that for the first 90 days and see if I like it. See if I dig it. And if I don't, I'll stop doing it. And if I like it, I'll continue. Okay, so I'll jump over into the golf goals because those are kind of like year long type things. Um, my number one goal, I said this a couple episodes ago, is to be the most pleasant member of the group every round that I play. It's not a smart goal. It's not really quantitative. You can't really measure that. It's going to be definitely like an eye test type thing. Like, hey, at the end of the round, was I a chode or was I like a kind of a cool guy?
I mean, you could come up with a survey.
I could,
Do a
yeah.
little
Hey,
little
excuse me, guys.
little 3 by 5 card.
Go ahead and
Actually, just a QR code.
yeah,
Put it on the
go
back
ahead.
of your birdie tracker. You'd be like, "Hey, can we scan this and just
There
fill
you
this
go.
out,
Just fill this out
for
really, yeah. And
enter it
you,
into a raffle for."
yeah, well, yeah, you enter a raffle or you get a discount in your next range bucket.
Yeah,
Yeah,
perfect.
that's a good.
There
I
you
guess I
go.
could do that. I'm not going to, but I could.
It's like the
Um,
"How's my driving" phone number is
that's right. Yeah.
it's just
How's my driving? It kind of works.
yeah,
I want to break par.
sure.
Sniffed it a couple times this year. I think it's in there, man. I know it's in there.
Absolutely.
Um, I want to play 25 tournament rounds or
Yeah.
competitive rounds. Competitive
Yeah.
rounds, like where every stroke counts. No, you can't scoop any balls. Got to play by the rules.
Yeah.
All that stuff. Um, would love to get my handicap under 2.
Hmm.
Um, ultimately, I want to be able to I want to be able to enter the qualifier for the USGA mid am, and I think you got to be like a 1.6. I
Okay.
don't. I could be wrong. It could be higher than that, but
That sounds right,
oh,
though.
something in an effort to be like more pleasant, but also more present and like enjoy the game more, regardless of my score. My wife got me in my stocking stuffer. This is a reminder that we are also, these are on YouTube. So I'm showing Nathan something,
Oh,
a little
yes.
notebook. And it's just like, you like write out kind of like it's, what course it is, the location, what the date was, who was playing, what the weather was, and then your score, summarize some like the stats around it. But then there's things like, hey, what was your favorite hole? What was your least favorite hole? What was the best club on that day? Like, write out some highlights of the round, and then some other just like free form space for notes. And I just thought it'd be kind of a cool way to like uh, sit down and like really remember the round for the like experience rather than by the numbers.
Sure.
So I want to do that. I want to like every time I play, I want to fill that out. It also will help me remember my playing partners' names. Um, and then, like at the end of the round, sit down and like, regardless of what happened, like, hey, let's pick out 3 things that were good that you like are proud of that were good. And then maybe like, hey, what's one takeaway that you can try to go practice to try to be better next time? Not beat yourself up, but just say like, hey, like constructively, what can I try to improve so that that's better next time? And I think that's just like a really positive way to kind of, like frame the rounds and get into like a more positive headspace after the round, just so it's more, it's remembered more pleasantly.
Sure.
So I
Yeah.
kind of like that. So
Cool.
I'm gonna try that. And then
I'm
the
gonna
last,
write that down right now.
yeah, pretty cool. Um, I want to play 12 half set plus persimmon rounds with no scorecard in 2025.
Great minds.
Love that. Maybe we can knock a couple of those out together.
Yeah,
Um,
I only have 5, but oh jeez.
um, I want to play 10 new courses. I'd like to play 10 new courses.
That's
Get it
fun.
out. Kind
Yeah,
of try to get a little uncomfy. Um, and then I want to qualify, man, or advance in one of the OGA championships. So I either want to
sure.
qualify for the Oregon Am, Mid Am, or like advance in the stroke play or something like that. Like make the
Yeah,
cut.
yeah,
I just want to do it. I want to, I've got, over at the door near my office is when I'm exiting, I see my lowest score card there, like just the 71 at Tristing. And then I have my lowest stroke play little tear off thing from the Oregon Am qualifier. And then I have a scorecard from my lowest competitive round, which was a 74 at Persimmon. It was in a match play, but I was like putting everything out because I really wanted to. Well, it was also a really close match, so we were putting everything out,
yeah.
and I also wanted to try to get a score. So, um, yeah, so those are my golf goals. Really quickly, going back, so like the monthly sprints. So first one, pretty easy, dry January. Not so much as like totally swearing off alcohol, but it's just like unless there's like a very clear occasion, like I'm at a birthday party,
Yeah,
or
yeah,
maybe I'm like on a date with my wife and she wants to get a glass of wine, I'll get a glass of wine with her. But like other than that, I'm just like not gonna like Saturday, I'm not gonna like crack a beer or pour a whiskey or something. I'm just like, don't need that.
yeah.
Um,
Now,
February,
does that include even like just the kind of the ritualistic act of like even like no non-alcoholic stuff?
yes, I think
Okay.
so. I think it is. It's more of like a mental.
Yeah.
It's not physical, really. It's more of a
Yeah.
mental thing. Like
Yeah. Okay.
really, really separate from that. Like the whole experience of it. So I think I'm
Yeah.
really going to try to say is unless it's
It's January. I mean, it's yeah.
pretty. Yeah, it's not going
Yeah.
to be February, I'm not gonna eat out alone. So, like, if I'm, like, out with my wife, we wanna eat wherever, but, like, I'm just, like, for the whole month, like, if I'm having a meal, I'm cooking it just because I gotta be better at that. I wanna do that more.
Yeah.
Um, I eat out a little bit too often, I think. March, I want to do 30 plus minutes of exercise starting out my day. So, like, for all of March, wake up early, do some yoga, like, go on a 30-minute walk, like
Sure. Yeah.
whatever that is, 30 minutes. Um, April, I'm going to go no sweets, no like candy,
Mm.
ice cream, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Um, I like, I can have fruits and stuff that has sugar, but I'm going to, but like, I'm not going to have the confections.
Fair enough.
And then May, I think I'm gonna try to do like at least 10,000 steps a day. We'll
Mhm.
see. That one's kind of tentative, and then I don't have any other months. I'll kind of
Sure.
as we progress. Then finally, these are what I'm calling points of emphasis.
Yeah.
Um, Screenless evenings.
That's
So
that's tough.
not
Yeah.
every evening, and I don't even know if I want to be like, oh, it's going to be this specific day, but I think
Sure.
like it would be kind of nice to try it as whereas like, hey, once we've eaten dinner, no TV, no phone. Like if I want to do something, I'm gonna read or I'll play some Scrabble, get my ass kicked by my wife in Scrabble, or
Yeah.
like you know draw or no, I won't. Yeah, I'll draw like if I want like I guess analog, but I don't really do that, so I'm not. I don't know why I said that. I'm not going to do that. Write, read, write. Play a game or something.
Sure.
Maybe just chill, maybe just, like,
Yeah.
maybe meditate, I don't know, have a conversation. Um, so I think, like, that is something I wanna try and just I think it would be good.
Mhm.
I don't know exactly how that's gonna work out, but or, how I'm gonna work that in, but I wanna give it a go. I wanna do a face-to-face meeting or a phone call once a week with a non-family member, and you are family, so you don't
Oh,
count.
okay. Yeah,
That
this
would be
doesn't
cheating. That would be cheating. So, just like it doesn't have to be long. It's like, hey, call someone like a friend or a non-immediate family member and say, hey,
Yeah.
how you doing, man? What's up? Like,
Yeah.
how you been? How can I help you? I don't know. Just like connect with people more. I think that would be cool and try to foster like more friendships and those relationships. Um, and then kind of somewhat related, one-on-one time with each family member once a month. So like, hey, go have like lunch with my sister. Go like, meet my mom at her office, at her office at the high school, whatever, and just hang out for a minute. Like, go hit some range balls with my dad. Like, make more of an effort there. They all live close, and I don't spend enough time with them. So, um, I want to fully plan like a weekly date night with Jay. Um, we were we were okay with about that last year, but I want to be like I want to drive the bus on that one. I don't
Mhm.
want it to be on me. Um, House maintenance. I really want to get like ahead on house maintenance stuff. I always feel like I'm chasing it. I'm always like doing it when it absolutely needs to be done. So like I got a list of stuff around the house that I kind of want to do, and it's
Yeah.
not crazy. It's like, oh, there's some bare spots in the paint on the exterior. Like get up there, sand it, paint. Get the paint bucket out, paint it. Like
Yeah.
take 15 minutes. Just like start when I got free time, and maybe that's part of like when the when the sun comes back in freaking June or whatever. Maybe that's part of like screenless evenings.
Yeah,
It's
go
like
check something off your list.
after dinner, go out and do a couple of those chores that doesn't require a screen. So I think that would be good. I want to plan 2 like not like weekend trips with Jay as well, like like where it's just me and her and it has nothing to do with family, it has nothing to do with golf,
Yeah.
just us. And then I want to log 20 hours on the drone. I want to get into the photography and videography stuff.
Sure, yeah.
I've had my little drone for a while and I've flown it around. It's really fun.
Mhm.
Like I want to take more pictures. I want to like go out, get up early, the cool sunrise. I live next to like a cool, like kind of mountain butte thing. Um, that would be awesome. You could get
Sure.
some really dope, like, drone shots of Mount Hood on the sunrise. So like, I just get out there, dude, and like go wake up early for an hour.
Mhm.
Could kill 2 birds with 1 stone there. That could be like 30 minutes. Like park at the bottom of the hill, walk up the hill,
Yeah.
drone it, walk back
Yeah.
down. I mean, boom.
There you go.
So I really want to try to do that. and then I have some stuff for mid-am, but I'll save that till after you talk about your stuff.
Fair enough.
That's it, man. Sorry, that was a lot, but
No,
that's
it's very
that's
it's
where I'm
that's
at.
good. That's good. It's very evident that you don't have children. Um,
Yes, that is a
which
reminder
is
to everyone.
great. Yeah, which
As
is
a reminder
great.
to everyone that yeah, when you're listening to me or viewing my life through the lens of social media, it is really important. I remind this people a lot. I don't have children.
Yeah,
Like, I have so much more free time and like autonomy over my scheduling than most people. So
yeah.
it's not
I
like
hate no, but, like, those are all great things. Good for you. I hope you achieve every single one of them.
appreciate it.
I, uh, I am not even gonna bother with something, uh, even that well thought out. I don't have the time to think about.
No,
But
you've got two young
yeah,
children.
and that's not good or bad, it just is. It's great.
Well, yeah.
Um, I mean,
Also,
it's good.
half of my stuff I said is very ambiguous. Like I'd like to try
Yeah,
to do this.
yeah.
I was like, here's some things I
The
was thinking about earlier.
The only one I'm curious about is, like, the 185, weight thing and just, like, if you're gonna be getting stronger also and, like,
Yeah,
lifting and stuff, that's gonna be I don't know if that's really
yeah.
achievable.
Yeah. That one is
But, I
that was
mean,
the last one on the list
if you
for.
get stronger and in better shape and you weigh the same, who cares? You know what I mean? So,
Yeah,
I'd
it's
check it off anyway.
yeah. I think if I see those like any sort of kind of like positive change in that direction, I would be like, okay, yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
we'll call that one pass fail, and I passed.
Yeah. Good, good. Cool. Alright, well, yeah, no, everything sounds great. I stole that one about journaling. I like that, like, journaling post round just to, like I played 30 let's see, my goal was 25. I know I had 27 posted rounds, and then I had, like, 5 or 6 that were outside of posting season, but within the year.
Yeah,
So, I definitely had 30 plus rounds last year, and I don't remember 30 rounds of golf,
right.
even just last year. And so, yeah, that as you were saying that, it kind of struck me as like, that's, that'd be kind of a cool thing to just have like a log of like, this is the golf that I played and who I played with. And like,
Couple
here's
memorable
something
things.
memorable from it. Um, just to have that and just to look back on it. Um, so yeah, I stole that one. So I'll start with that one.
Okay.
Because I just spoke about it. But anyway, 2025 goals for me are I only wrote down golf stuff for podcast purposes. Um, I don't
Yeah, I mean,
have
you know,
other ones for yeah,
yeah,
but anyway,
I ambushed you with that one.
oh, that's
It's
fine.
on me.
It's fine. It's fine. I don't feel left out at all. Um, all right. So number one is I just want to keep playing golf, more golf. I don't know how much more truly I could get in and be a responsible and loving husband and father. So I said 30 rounds this year. Last year was 25 was the official benchmark. This year I would like officially to be 30. I think I beat that as I just mentioned or in 2024. So hopefully just, rinse
Maintain.
repeat. I did up the competitive rounds though. I want to play 10 competitive rounds.
Love that.
Because last year was really only the mid-am qualifier and like one or two other things that I would count, but weren't like official,
Yeah.
like tear the scorecard off and hand it in and sign, all that stuff. But I want to play more of those. I would obviously the mid-am qualifier again. My buddy Jared over at Astoria
Mhm.
Country Club puts on that giant Oregon Coastal
Oh, yeah,
Invitational,
yeah.
which is like a
That'd be fun.
multi-day thing if you play well. And I thought that looked like a blast, and I would really like to go do that this year if I can. The stroke play sounded fun when you did it last year, so I kind of want to play that one.
Just
But
depends
just
where it is. They
yeah,
put it out in, like, freaking Bend, and then it's like, ugh.
I'll
I
still
don't
drive
know.
over. I think I like
Yeah.
Bend. Yeah, it'd be fun. Um, but then just kind of I know of the OGA series. They've got a bunch,
Yeah,
so
the
I just
tour
want to
stuff.
sign up for at least a few of those and get them under my belt. And then of course we always get random invites and
Yeah.
things for pro-ams and other whatnot here and there. So hopefully pick up a few of those along the way. But 10 competitive rounds would be fantastic.
Hell yeah.
Um, I did say also of the 30, 10 competitive, 5, however, dedicated to just short set and the lumba
Yeah.
or persimmon, and just go out and have a grand old time. Don't keep score, just slap it around,
Make
have
memories.
fun,
Make memories, dude.
make memories,
Activated. Make
journal
memories.
about it later.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure those are going to have to be like let me play like a sunset twilight kind of round with the half set. And yeah. But anyway, so that's like 3 of my goals right there were all pretty much just about playing golf, playing golf, playing golf, playing golf. Because last year, I don't know if I mentioned it enough, but the way to get better at playing golf and scoring is to play golf and score. So, that's what I want to do. I want to continue to do that. I made good strides last year for sure. So I just kind of want to keep on keeping
Hell
on. I have a somewhat ill-defined one because I know I want to do something. I just haven't quite figured it out yet, but it's just like short game practice.
Yeah.
Last year I put a lot of work into full swing stuff and it's trending up. I'm really happy with how I'm hitting the ball most of the time, and I still feel like a great putter. But man, the short game, chipping, pitching, probably I'd say 30 yards and in. Just by the end of the year, I felt kind of lost, honestly. Just hit a lot of really uncharacteristic ones and stuff that I haven't done in a long time, and it just felt like I was continually rusty, and I just didn't know where I was going with that. And I know I just need to spend like a little bit of dedicated time just to kind of always know, like, oh yeah, this is what I'm doing. Instead of trying to sort it out during the golf.
It's like it's easier to keep a house warm than it is to warm it up. So
Right.
it's almost like you just got to re-warm up the house and then keep it warm.
Yeah, exactly. So I don't know what that looks like. My initial thought was like, I want to drive up once a month and come hang out at the indoor place for like a couple hours and just like do a ton of short game stuff and just
that's the
grind for a little while. Just something like, I feel like even just that much would help out quite a bit. So, that's one of them. Oh, the journaling post round. I got that. Okay, here's a cool one. And it's kind of, it's my foray into statistics keeping.
Oh,
a little bit. And I'm just dipping just a toe, the big toe, but a toe. Because my goal is statistics like determined. So I have to keep stats.
Measurable.
At least I have to keep one stat for this, and I want 0.5 double bogeys per round or less.
Oh, that's a good goal, dude.
Yeah, which means like one every other round.
Yeah, that's a great goal.
Oh, I have to keep that stat then. Basically,
that reminds me of one that I forgot to say.
Oh, okay. We'll come back to you. I'm still talking, Tyler. Yeah, so I think that's a good one. I thought about doing a birdies one too, but we've got the birdie tracker, and so I just kind of let's just ease into it.
We're gonna make
habit stack. We'll habit stack.
Yeah, we're gonna make good decisions on the course, and the birdies are just gonna happen. We don't need to. We're not going out there trying to get them. They're just gonna happen.
They're just gonna fly in and land on our finger.
We're gonna be Snow White and all over the place.
That's right. Yeah. Well, and also this kind of goes back to like the type of goals I like are ones where I'm like, yeah, I have control over that, and I have a say on that, and I could hit great shots and roll perfect putts how I want them to, and I might not make birdies. So, but I feel like double bogeys for me. I'm a good enough player that I make double bogeys when I do something stupid.
Agreed.
And it's almost entirely avoidable, based off of decision making and managing my self. So I feel like that's a fair one to put of just like, I want no double bogeys, but that's not realistic to say full no. So
because it's not always 100% in your control.
Right.
Like, shit happens.
Well, and there's going to be some rounds where I don't make any, and then there's going to be some rounds where I make
2,
1 or 2. Who knows? Anyway, 0.5 average
I like that. That's a good
per
one,
round.
man. That's a good one. And that's an easy stat to keep. That's not
Yeah,
even like it's more of just like,
it's not a
oh,
ton
hey,
of
let me
numbers.
let me look at
Yeah,
my scorecard again. Oh, 0 double bogeys. Perfect.
perfect. Yep, and I can put that in my journal
Oh, hell
at
yeah.
the end of the round. How
That's
about that?
right. Yeah.
Cool. Alrighty, then because we did such a bang up job raising $1,000 for Oregon Junior Golf, I said we're obviously going to raise $1,500
Dude, I said the
for
same thing.
for Evan's scholarship
Epic
this year,
scholars. That's what
right?
I wrote down.
Yeah.
$1,500. Yeah.
So, it was so easy. We knocked it out way early in the year. Um,
You're stressed about it at all.
listen, everybody, the Birdie-a-thon was a huge flop. So let us know. No, it wasn't. That's not true. Keith, you're the man.
Yeah, Keith rules.
But the rest of you, the Birdie-a-thon was a huge flop
Yeah,
as
it
far as
wasn't great.
engagement goes.
It wasn't
We
great.
raised we raised half our money. That's great. Engagement wise,
Could have been better.
it could have been a lot better.
It did
So
not meet
how-
expectations.
send us a comment, a message, something. How would you like to be involved? Would
Yeah.
you want to do you want to get your own pledges? That's great. We'll count that towards the total, whatever. But
I just want to
I feel
raise
like
money for these kids, man.
yeah, and also like a little bit of like community engagement is fun for us. So,
Yeah, it's true.
it's for the kids. 2025 is going to those scholars of the Evans scholarship. So we're running it back and trying to
1,500.
outdo
We're gonna make it
ourselves,
happen.
and it'll be great. And we're gonna do it one way or another, with or without you. But it'd be way more fun with listeners and stuff.
Yes,
Um,
100%.
so my only other thing is a podcast goal, which I just have 40 episodes.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, which
I
we did last year. Well, I think we
not
started
quite.
in November, so we
Probably,
didn't
I think we
quite do.
probably did like 39. I think we probably did
We
39.
were close, but there were also a few times there where we inadvertently, accidentally, like missed 2 weeks or something like that, and we could do better. And I think 40 is totally attainable. So,
Yeah, I had put 42. I don't know why. I
oh,
just put 42.
okay,
Because that
let's go with
gives
that.
us, yeah. I
42.
was like, I feel like 42, we could make that happen. And that, I mean, a lot of that's just gonna be like, hey, let's reach out and do more interviews. Like,
Yeah,
let's have some stuff in the can. There's some like other like really kind of fun things that we could do, like
10
little,
minutes worth of planning is
yeah, little like maybe like a book report or like a research topic, something like
yeah,
I do a little research topic, I present it to you, like the mystery, you do like a research topic, like the
yeah.
mysteries of Mac O'Grady, and you teach me about Mac O'Grady.
Oh,
It's like stuff.
you'll never know.
Nah, dude.
It's like how many licks it
Dude,
takes
don't
to
say
get
his
to the
name.
center of
Dude,
it.
don't say his
Don't
name.
say his name.
Don't say his name 3 times. Please, God, don't say his name 3 times.
You need to come up with a Tom Marvolo riddle, like
Oh, with Mac O'Grady? Oh, that
yeah.
would be good merch. Ugh,
Mm.
that would
Yeah,
be good
okay.
merch.
Merch idea.
Merch idea. Yeah, that might need to be a pod goals, is actually, like,
Is
make some of
merch.
this artwork, like, real and then put merch up, with it. Alright. I'm gonna put that on there. I'm gonna make that
Yeah,
official.
yeah,
I'm just gonna put merch, and I'll flesh out the details later. Yeah,
perfect.
so for the pod goal, I had, I'd like to get up to 1,000 weekly downloads by the
Yeah,
end of the year. We're at,
I
like,
have no idea.
we're like 200.
Okay, sure.
So,
Hey, that's
we'll
awesome, dude. 200
it's great.
people?
I feel good about it. I feel great
There
about that,
there are 200 of you out there listening to us every week. That's
or at least downloading,
or
or
at
at
least
least
downloading.
downloading.
Who knows,
Let me know
whatever.
if you're listening.
Hey,
Uh,
thanks. I
we
appreciate you.
appreciate you. Yeah, we appreciate you.
Thanks, mom.
We
Oh,
we thank you for allowing us to take up, storage space in your phone.
that's right.
Yeah, so if I'd like to get up to 1,000, I don't think that's out of the realm of possibilities. I think we just gotta be consistent. We gotta continue to do cool stuff. So
Yeah,
I think we can do that.
yeah.
I'd like to get the Instagram account to 5,000 followers. I just
I
and
think
that's just a
doable.
virtue of like posting more, which we will do. Yeah, 42 EPs next year. I'd like to do. But yeah, I think for anything like 40, 42 is solid. I think anything more than that is like cherry on top. And I think that would only really happen if like this thing really starts cooking and it's just like, oh, whoa, yeah,
Mhm.
we gotta post.
Yeah.
Because we're growing like crazy. which is a great problem to have. Great problem
Yeah,
to have.
that'd be fun.
I'd like to do one YouTube travel series.
Yeah.
Like go play
Yes.
for 3 days, bring the camera gear, film, probably hire someone to edit because I don't want to do it. And like someone who knows what they're doing and make it look good. Troy, I'm talking to you. Um, and yeah, I want to do that. I think that would be fun. So I don't know how, figure out how to make that work, but I want to do that. And then I think, yeah, 1500 for Western Golf Association Evans Scholars,
Yeah.
is what I had there on the list. And then I just put merch. I want to do,
Merch.
I just got to sit down and do the artwork.
I've got notes from all of our episodes where we're like, that's a merch idea. That's a merch idea. That's a
Perfect.
merch idea. Oh
So
man, there's actually
we'll get a little,
there's too many of them.
Google Doc going, and I'll just start banging those out.
Yeah.
Um, Circling back, my last golf goal, similar to your 0.5 double
Mm-hmm.
bogeys per round average, I want to have 10 rounds without a 3-putt in 2025.
Ooh, yeah. That's doable now
I think I
because
can do
you're a
that because
great
I'm a
putter.
great putter.
Yeah.
I've realized how good of a putter I am.
Yeah.
So I think that's well within the realm of possibilities. And I mean, my last round of the year, I didn't have a 3-putt. And I putted pretty good. I didn't putt like lights out, putted pretty good.
Pretty good.
30 putts. It's like scratch average.
Yeah.
A little better than scratch average, but yeah, that was kind of it for the pod. I think next week we're going to sit down and just have like what Nathan coined the dreamer episode, where we're just going to sit down and say, hey, like let's dream big. What would we love to see the pod become, or what are some cool things we'd like to be able to do with it? Like no bad ideas, no aspiration is too lofty type thing. So
Sure.
I've been writing some notes and stuff. So that'll be a little preview of next week's episode. Another thing that I wanted to start doing is getting some reoccurring segments that are kind of in like every single episode, just so that like regardless of the topic, you kind of have something to look forward to. Like that there's going to be something. In my first one, and I'm just going to propose this. I think we can maybe have another discussion, maybe on the Dreamer episode next week.
Uh-huh.
So get your wheels turning a little bit. I propose like a practice diary segment where it's just like, hey, this past week, like, what are some of the things that you did to practice, like to get better? How are you feeling about it? What do you think how do you think you're going to move forward? And just, kind of get into the minutia a little bit. Cause I know personally it's fun to hear about that when you tell me about it and
Sure.
you
Yeah.
send me a video and talking about your feel, like that stuff's really engaging and intriguing to me. So I think like most golf nuts are the same way. It's like, yeah, man,
Yeah.
talk me through that process. I want to get deep in that frontal lobe, and understand
Get up in that lobe.
get up in that lobe, dude. Hippocampus, man. I want to make camp in your hippocampus. Merch. Go ahead and just write that one down there.
Nope.
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 All right. Fine. I'll write it down.
That one's going to be in Tyler's exclusive store. You're going to
Yeah.
have to be a subscriber to him on his Fade and Fairway channel. And then,
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. That one might be illegal.
yeah, it's not PG.
So that's my proposal, my first proposal for a segment. It's like, hey, let's
Yeah, I like that. I think about segments, and I'm thinking about something that we talk about all the time that could be a brief segment. Is always like gear. Like we're always texting back and forth, talking, just like giving our opinions, sharing our opinions with one another on like what's new, what's hot, what's not, stuff like that.
Actually,
not that we I don't think either of us endeavor to be like a buyer's guide or anything BS like that. It's just kind of like, this is what I think of it.
And hey, a little dry run. I'm gonna say, and I think I'm in the minority. I am not super stoked on the Titleist Mini Driver.
It's cool that they have an option. I think it's just an option. I don't really know that like it like. Well, we texted about this. Case in point, this is why it could be a segment. Is like, and you had a good point where like it's not really like a small driver like the other ones are. It's more like kind of a fat 3-wood.
And honestly, it's like,
That's fine. It
I
just
mean, Callaway's had deep face fairway woods for like
yeah,
ever,
yeah,
forever. So I
yeah.
just don't know. Like, do you really call that? I don't know. And people were, drooling over it, and it looks pretty. I'll give you that. But it's
It's a
like
Titleist
from
club.
a
It's gonna look good.
yeah, but from a practicality standpoint, I
Yeah,
just don't. And hey, for tour pros, yeah, totally makes sense. I
sure.
get it, man. For a tour, when your driver club edge speed is 121, yeah, like basically a slightly oversized 3-wood, it's gonna make because how many of those dudes are ever hitting 3-wood into a par
Yeah,
5 anymore?
no,
Never. They're never. It's just another tee option. I
no.
get it. But I mean, like, it's the number of like AMs, freaking 15 handicaps in the comments being like, "Oh my god, I can't wait to have one." I'm like,
Oh, I'm
dude,
gonna get a mini driver.
don't do that. Like,
Yeah,
if you're gonna get a mini driver, get a mini driver. Like,
yeah,
get a mini
yeah,
driver, not a slightly
absolutely.
oversized 3-wood or fairway wood. Anyway,
Yeah.
that's a great segment. I
Anyway,
that's got my vote.
cool.
Um,
Anyway,
sorry, one more that just
uh-huh.
came to me. I think we should both force ourselves to go on Reddit every week and just try to find the most ridiculous post, and we can just talk about it. Because I mean, nothing
What was our idea for a show where we like get drunk
and do like because people
and
will
do
solicit
Reddit, like
swing advice with
yeah.
the worst videos of their swings
Oh my gosh, they're
possible,
terrible. Yeah.
and like from like Redditors. There's nothing in the world that will make you worse at golf than like
Going onto Reddit and
A, being
listening.
on Reddit,
Mm.
B, like soliciting advice from Redditors. So
Oh my
anyway,
gosh.
I think like forcing ourselves to find there's the most out of pocket, outlandish
Yes.
post
Yeah.
every single week would be pretty fun. Like
Yeah. That could be good.
we'll call it Mom's Basement.
Yeah.
We're gonna step into Mom's basement, Grandma's. Yeah, we're gonna step into Grandma's basement.
Sigma episode. Sigma
So
episode.
yeah. Oh, there we go. Yeah.
Almost. Oh my gosh. Okay. Yeah.
So that's gonna be
Oh, I'm gonna
that's
hate
gonna,
it and love it all at the same
I think that
time.
could be gnarly. So
Yeah.
yeah. So okay. I mean, dude, that's like those are 3
There you
pretty
go.
sweet little
Solid
segments.
segments.
We might have
Yeah.
just nailed it right there.
Perfect.
Let us know what you think of those segments, and if you have any other suggestions, shoot us
Yeah.
an email. No, don't shoot us an email. Shoot us a message on the Instagram account. Speaking of, you can find us at at Mid-Am Podcast on Instagram. You can find me at Fade and Fairway. You can find Nathan at Nathan.Firmasu and Thistle Leather Goods.
Mhm.
Thanks again, everyone, for following along. Until next week, and it will be next week.
Yeah.
Talk to you later.
Bye. Always hit it.